The hardest working man in media, Don Lemon, and he's Don Lemon on the streets. He's actually in there in Chicago talking to people, and I have him here to promote his fantastic show. And we're going to talk about what it's like to resist ICE. We're going to talk about this. My words, Trump's Gestapo terrorizing just innocent people trying to live their life in Chicago. We're going to talk about Don Lemon pissing off the right wing for, just dropping some truth bombs about the problem of angry white terrorists and extremists, men. And then also we're going to talk about the media and how it's broken right now. But Don, welcome, sir.
I'm here.
All right. This is just another black conservative, and we're about to take in this clip from a show called The Left Hook on YouTube. It's got Don Lemon and Wajahat Ali, and they're going to be discussing how they feel about America, ICE, etc. I don't know the full thing because I haven't watched this, but we're going to watch it together. So let's get into it. Let's see what's up.
So we have the hardest working man in media, Don Lemon, and he's Don Lemon on the streets. He's actually in there in Chicago talking to people, and I have him here to promote his fantastic show. And we're going to talk about what it's like to resist ICE. We're going to talk about this. My words, Trump's Gestapo terrorizing just innocent people trying to live their life in Chicago. We're going to talk about Don Lemon pissing off the right wing for, just dropping some truth bombs about the problem of angry white terrorists and extremists, men. And then also we're going to talk about the media and how it's broken right now. But Don, welcome, sir.
I'm here because I want to talk to you, but I also love what you're doing. And you have always been out front and pissing people off, but you're pissing people off by telling the truth, and people don't want to hear it. They also, can I go there?
Go there.
Everyone wants.
Does Don Lemon talk with a lisp? He sounds funny, like a cartoon character, but I guess they're about to get into it. They're about to piss some people off by telling the truth. Let's go.
Oh my God, I wouldn't say it that way, or this kind of language or whatever. You got to piss people off. I'm tired of all the niceties. Now, I won't say this because that'll get me in trouble, but maybe I'll say it. All right, I'll just say it. I think that these are the times that the Second Amendment was written for.
Damn.
And when you have a tyrannical government that is taking over the streets and not abiding by the Constitution, that's the whole idea what the Second Amendment was.
How is ICE and DHS enforcement not abiding by the Constitution? What is he talking about? Last I heard that we had immigration laws that were passed by Congress. We just haven't been enforcing these immigration laws. But because we start enforcing the laws, now we're going against the Constitution. I don't get it, but maybe they'll get into explaining exactly what they mean.
Was written for. That's what's happening right now. So I'm surprised the right wing isn't up in arms saying, oh my gosh, we have a tyrannical government that has military out on the streets against its own citizens. We need to believe in the Second Amendment. We need to believe in.
First of all, if a state government is not following federal law, then the federal government has the right to pull up the National Guard and place them in that state to get to be able to enact or actually to execute federal law. This is not the first time this has happened, and a lot of people try to make you feel like this is the first time it ever happened because it's Trump doing it. But we're gonna let them continue going.
States' rights. Read what happened to smaller government. What happened to don't get into my business. Let me deal with my business because I'm a conservative. They're the ones who would be outraged. Imagine if this was on the left. What the hell would be happening? So I say, perhaps people who are having to deal with this, the least of these, the citizens who are being scooped up, the American citizens who are being scooped up, perhaps they need to really figure out.
Wait, what is wrong with his voice? Doesn't he sound like a cartoon character? What is going? It's making it hard for me to follow him, but I am following him. But am I the only one? Please comment down if I'm the only one that's hearing this. But let's go.
About what the Second Amendment is really about, and go out and do it legally and purchase some things, because you never know when someone's going to come to your house and knock on the door and try to take you away.
Go get your pew-pew so you can shoot the federal agents. Oh my God, let's go.
Even if you're an American citizen, and I know it's happening because I interviewed people in Chicago who it happened to, and I know that they're American citizens because I saw their passports, their government IDs, and their social security cards. And when you came to their house, you didn't want to see it. I'm just saying.
No, and you know what? This has been happening throughout American history. And what I've been talking to folks about is first they came after black folks, and people said, eh. Then they came after undocumented people, said, whatever. Then they came after pro Palestinian activists, so like maybe they're Hamas. Then they came after transgender folks. And we kept saying, you know what? A fascist comes for everyone at the end. And now you're seeing whites.
First, they came after black folks. What is he talking about? And then what? And then they came after pro-Palestinian activists. This dude is running down the whole line. This is great. Okay. All right.
Skulls being cracked. You're seeing 79-year-old white men being thrown to the ground. You're seeing Kat Abu Ghazala, who's like 5 foot nothing, could pass for a white blonde girl being completely manhandled by ICE. You're seeing kids being zip tied. You're seeing Senator Padilla of California getting bum rushed by ICE agents. Remember that? You're seeing friggin'
Wait, Padilla tried to bum rush the Kristi Noem at her press conference. They didn't know who he was. They took him down. This is protocol. And then they go back to the zip tying of the children. The children were in a building that housed illegal migrants and also had Trinidad Agra gangsters. When you take a building, you do not know who is hostile. You must detain everyone and figure out where the threat is. Then once you realize who's the threat, then you let them go. This is such nonsense. But let's keep listening.
them raise guns at Maxine Waters. You're seeing Mayor Baraka of New Jersey being arrested just trying to keep his community safe. And now,
No, he was arrested because he tried to bum rush a New Jersey detention center. That's why he was arrested. Let's tell the truth here.
we realize
in New York City, remember?
Yep. And you're seeing Brad Lander. And then the same place where Brad Lander got arrested just a couple of weeks ago, you saw that poor young woman who was just crying, pleading with the ICE officer saying, just tell me where my husband is. And he had the cameras on him, Don. You saw it. And he tackled her. These people are working with impunity. They're masked. They're armed. They don't even give you their ID. And what I've been saying, Don, and I've been worrying about this for a while, this is a country with more guns than people. 400 million guns, right? And if these people keep working with impunity, what I warn about is there's going to be copycats, criminals who are simply going to be masked, say that they're ICE agents, and commit crimes. We've already seen that right now. And
they've been doing that with all sorts of, not military, but all sorts of law enforcement. It's not the first time someone's impersonated a law enforcement officer. What's he talking about? He's trying to instill fear in ICE coming to effectuate lawful ICE orders, ICE detention, ICE deportation orders. What is he talking about? This has happened in our country for years. You cannot be in this country illegally. Well, you can be, but if you get caught, you need to be deported and sent home. That is just the bottom line. And I don't know why this is so complicated for people, but let's go.
We know throughout U.S. history, folks, I know people might not like hearing this, but check it out. This happened in my hometown of the Bay Area. This type of assault, unlawful activity against black folks. So black folks said, okay, we got the Second Amendment. You all can carry arms. We're going to carry arms. Black Panthers started carrying arms. And what did this country do? Governor Ronald Reagan and the NRA, you know what they did, Don? They said, we need gun control. And they decided, wait, only the white men can carry guns and terrorize people. Oh, when's black folks doing it legally? Again, folks, legally. And they were just like, listen, we don't want to use this, but we're going to carry it. You can't put your arms on our women and our kids. Then they passed gun control in the United States of America. So do you...
Of course you can carry arms. Everybody can carry arms. I suggest that you get yourself a concealed carry or a license to carry.
Think, and this is just us teasing it out there, and because we also saw in Springfield, Ohio, because of Donald Trump and these racists deliberately promoting the hateful Nazi conspiracy theory of Haitians eating dogs and pets, and folks, they knew it was a lie, they still promoted it. You saw these Patriot Front groups and Nazis and all these right-wing groups
No, they weren't eating dogs and cats, but they were eating the ducks. That is fact. They were eating the ducks. Let's go.
terrorize the people. And what happened in Springfield, Ohio? You saw the black community, one man with a gun,
Yeah.
making sure they're crossing the street peacefully. Is that what Chicago is going to devolve into, Don? Because you were there for 4 days.
Okay, so let me just say this. You're saying what I'm saying, and I just want to be very clear here. I am
Wait, remember when the YNs were going to carry their switches and PEW-PEW? Let's go.
not condoning or promoting violence, but what I
Of course
am
not.
saying
No, no. We
is
all know.
that
We all know.
when those, but when those, and look, that should go without a caveat. And you know what? The folks on the right say it all the time, and no one, and then they get promoted, and they still have platforms, and people are like, yeah, right, Second Amendment, I get to carry my gun. You know the whole thing. But the moment that you and I say it, because a black and a brown brother, they say, "Oh my gosh, what are they saying?" Yeah, I'm saying, here's what I'm saying to black and brown people, to Mexican people, to people who are here legally and who can go and buy a gun legally and have a license to carry legally. Go do it. Why not? Go do it. It is your Second Amendment right. So I say to all the black households, go out and get your firearm and be safe with it and keep it in a safe place and teach your kids about how to use it safely or how to stay away from it safely when they're a kid. Go and do it. If you believe in the Second Amendment, if you believe in the Constitution, black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go
Mm.
back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads
Second
of these
Amendment,
people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal.
people are illegal. You cannot come into this country illegally. If you cross the border illegally, you're in the country illegal. If you stay past a certain amount of time, it becomes a felony. If you know someone's illegal in your house, you are harboring an illegal alien, which is also a crime. Don't let Don Lemon try to make you feel like it's not illegal because it is. But let's keep listening.
It is a misdemeanor to cross the border. Now, if you do it a number of times, then it becomes something else. But it is nowhere near the level of criminality that a 34 count a business documents or whatever it is, forgery or whatever it is, whatever that Donald Trump did. Is nowhere near the level of criminality. We have degrees of.
First of all, the Donald Trump thing that he's talking about, see, he doesn't even know the case. He just throws it out there. It's nowhere near as bad as what Donald Trump did. No, it was supposed to be like an FEC violation that he did not report on his FEC that it was a campaign contribution that he paid Stormy Daniels. They pulled that out so that they could go past they could go that they could get past the statute of limitations being over. So they pulled that out. Then they went to his books at his company and decided that he made wrong entries in his ledger. That's what is he talking about? That is not crossing the border illegal. Let's go.
Criminality in this country. And what Donald Trump did is at the highest level of criminality, except for taking someone's life. And someone who is crossing the border is nowhere near that. So go out, guys. Do what the
Don Lemon is an idiot, but let's keep listening.
Republicans say. Do what the right-wing folks say. Go get your gun. Do it legally. You have a right to carry it around with you. And then also, if you want to, carry the flag with it and your Constitution.
Wait, remember when Trump said he was the dumbest man in news? He still is.
And say, this is America. This is my right as an American citizen, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm tired of all the mealy mouth. I'm tired of playing nice. I'm tired of people saying turn the other cheek. That's what got us into this position in the first place.
If you see a bunch of black and brown folks doing it in America, two things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to have the NRA say gun control now. And secondly, unfortunately, you're going to see a huge brouhaha on the right wing, accusing the rest of us of being criminals and terrorists and invaders and rapists and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the number one domestic terror threat in America for the past 10 years, nothing come close, is right-wing terror.
This is when you should take a look at Colin Noir. He explains very explicitly about the Second Amendment and being able to carry arms. Yeah.
terrorism that intersects with white supremacist terrorism. Number one amount of plots, number one amount of victims. And furthermore, you mentioned something about the hypocrisy of cracking down on crime, and yet this is the most criminal administration. I think we should focus on that for a second, because Donald Trump and Stephen Miller have unleashed their own Gestapo, not in Mexico, folks. The border is now in Portland. The border is now in LA. The border is now in Chicago. The border is in DC. And the Supreme Court has given them a green light for racial profiling. These cities, these mixed ethnic cities with black mayors, it ain't lost on the rest of us. Portland, although is very white, but it resists. Closest friend of Jeffrey Epstein, as he is unleashing the Gestapo against
Wait,
innocent Americans in Chicago, and I want to know.
wait, did he just drop another lie? He's the closest friend to Epstein? Oh my God. He just dropped a whole nother lie right there. That was insane. Did you hear the lie? The closest friend to Epstein? What? All right.
Know more about what people said. No one has explained, Don, why Glenn Maxwell in his minimum security camp getting all the perks. No one has explained why his border czar, Tom Homan, took $50,000 in an FBI sting. And when they ask Pam Bondi, where is the $50,000, she refuses to give the.
All right, let's go over this again about the border czar and the $50,000. Before Pam Bondi was sworn into office, there was a case that they investigated Tom Homan and this $50,000 that they keep bringing up. At the time, Kash Patel and the sitting DOJ director decided that there was no wrongdoing, so they closed the case. Now we're on to now, which is, I don't know how many months later they popping this up, trying to make it into an issue. Democrats, come on. All right.
Answer. And finally, nobody talks about, I talk about all the time, why did Donald Trump pardon 1,600 insurrectionists, including the violent ones who were convicted of a seditious conspiracy against the United States of America? So I'm with you.
He said insurrection. That was never charged to any of those people that were put in jail. Not one of them were charged with insurrection. Why do they keep lying about this? Oh, and about Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. I have a video coming up about Epstein and the outrage that people are showing for this right now. We'll get into that, but this is silly. Let's go.
I don't play by the rigged game anymore. I don't do both sides. I call out the bullshit. Here you are, the most criminal entity in the entirety of the right wing that praises as your king and daddy a man who incited a violent insurrection, pardoned them, and protects pedophiles, but you are comfortable unleashing ICE against innocent black and brown people. Miss me with that shit.
Courts are telling them that.
Wait, innocent black and brown people? No. ICE? No. Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. ICE has deportation orders from the court, from the immigration court. This is a law in the United States of America. It was passed and put into and legislation was made by the Congress of the United States. If you do not like the legislation, get the legislation changed. Not because some presidents decided not to follow the legislation. As a matter of fact, Obama did. He deported 3 million people. So I don't know what they're talking about, but maybe they'll get to something that we can understand. Let's go.
You can't do this. You have to take certain people, certain members of the military off the streets. What are they doing? They're holding them there until they can appeal, and then another judge can say, okay, you can go, and then they have to do another judge. So they don't care. They're defying federal judges at this point. At some point, as citizens, you have to say enough already, because we have not. People say we're sliding into fascism. We're not sliding into fascism. We've careened into fascism. We are there now with someone who is doing everything they can to try to do.
Someone needs to ask Don Lemon, define fascism. What is fascism? The Democrats keep throwing this word out, but what is it? Not one of them have a definition for fascism. So until they come up with a definition, And I don't feel like going into the definition right now and spelling it out and all that nonsense. I'm not going to. But look it up. Look up fascism and what it actually is. And then use your brain to figure out if what Trump is doing is actually fascism. If you want to drop a comment down and drop a comment and we could talk about it. But I'm not going to right now. But let's keep listening.
Divert attention away from the Epstein files. What's in those damn files?
It
But if
hasn't.
it's
It
about
already
creating
Israel already
Okay, and they're talking about the Epstein files again. Again. I'll talk about it further in another video, but just go back to the original 2008. Who was in office in 2008? It was the end of the Bush presidency, starting of the Obama presidency. Epstein was actually charged, and he was actually given a sentence. He was given a sentence, and then he was given a sweetheart deal and let go. He was let go, and then for 8 years under Obama, he still ran roughshod through the United States on Lolita Express and the Epstein Island. And not one person said a word about Epstein. Nothing. There was no, after that case and it went dead and it ended, there was not another word about it. Why? Why? And why now? Because they think Trump's on the Epstein list? Is that why they're going all crazy? I don't know. But then they're saying he's protecting pedophiles. And then he's saying, then they're saying that his administration is protecting pedophiles. Hold on a minute. Don, hold on. Hollywood. Let's just look at Hollywood. Remember Corey Feldman when he was trying to tell everybody that they were freaking pedos up in Hollywood? Did someone say anything? To this day, has anybody said anything? No. I want you to think about that for a minute. But let's go.
killed. Israel already broke the ceasefire and killed Palestinians as of like an hour ago.
Well, see, now I didn't know that. I just finished my show a little bit. Are you serious?
Yeah. So
Oh,
Israel already.
it's there. I just got it. It just, the note, as soon as you said that, came across.
Israel did that. No word about what Hamas did, but let's go.
From my producer, and it's being reported by Al Jazeera. Israel shoots dead at least 9 Palestinians in Gaza despite ceasefire. That's
Yep.
according. But until I see that happening, then I'm going to be a skeptic because that's what I'm supposed to do as a journalist. Until I see a deal that treats the people of Gaza, the Palestinian people, fairly for getting schools and roads and hospitals and infrastructure and libraries rebuilt, until I see some concrete evidence of that and for some sort of restitution and some reparations to the Palestinians.
Restitution and reparations for what? Have you guys ever been to war? Do you even understand war? No, none of you do. People don't understand war. War is not pretty. Never has been, never will be. When you get into a war with a country, it's never pretty. And I keep saying that in all these videos, but it's true. Never pretty. It is never, ever pretty. It is never roses. It's never flowers. No. Conflict. Fighting. Never pretty.
Palestinian people, until I see that, then I don't believe that this is a peace deal.
Nope.
I think that this is just a pause in the fighting until someone else can come in and start bombing or start encroaching on land and territory.
So what ceasefire? There's already phase 5 starvation. Gaza has just been completely destroyed. And furthermore, Israeli officials, I'm sure you can play their tweets. They're openly saying, yeah, we're going to resume doing what we had to do after we get the hostages back. So everyone knew this was going to happen. Donald Trump got played yet again by Netanyahu. I just want to remind people, in the first administration, we had something. President Barack Obama did something that pissed off a lot of hawks. He did the Iran nuclear deal. Who blew it up, Don? Donald Trump.
The Iran nuclear deal was ridiculous. See, these people come out and say these things, but they never read through these things. Do you think he ever read through the Iran nuclear deal? No, he didn't read one word of it. and says, "Oh, it was so great." No, it wasn't. Read the bill.
And remember, and then people said, oh, we should have probably kept that. But he was so vindictive towards black people and women. No, no, no. If Obama did it, I got to blow it up. And then who played Donald Trump a couple?
Wait, he blew it up because Obama was black? Vindictive against black people? Is that why he tore up the Iran nuclear deals? Because what? Because of black? What? All right.
Months ago, Netanyahu yet again, and Donald Trump almost took us to World War III. Bombed Iran, didn't even destroy the nuclear facility. And now I've been saying it, folks, for 2 days. I was with Don. I said, if this holds, wonderful. I don't care. I want people to be safe, but I know these players. Donald Trump is going for his photo op. Donald Trump is pissed off he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize because who got it? Obama got it. And now, notice, Israel was smart. He goes, okay, we'll give you that, Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said, look at this peace deal. This is a man of peace. The Knesset gave him an applause because he's a child. They know about his ego. Donald Trump got his Time magazine cover that he's really pissed off about, which is hilarious. And a day later, folks, back to normal, because exactly what the Israeli regime wants. They are telling you, trust the evidence of your eyes and ears.
This guy.
I say what I want to say. I got a freedom of speech regardless of what Donald Trump thinks. I can say the fuck I want to say.
What do you want to say to Donald Trump?
Fuck Donald Trump. Die from natural causes. Pam Bundy an idiot. Christy Nome ugly. Fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of our city. Basically, like, get them, quit racial profiling people, and I just hate all this shit. I hate them.
Why is it pissing you off so much?
Because they racist. I know deep down it's all like some racist shit. You see this shit all over the news and all over the TV, seeing this dumbass shit they saying that day and all this dumbass shit they doing and shit. Once I rolled past here and saw people protesting shit, I don't know. I just want to be heard. They just some fucking idiots, man. I don't know. They ain't really no other way to put it. They racist. And they don't like me and I don't like them. And, you know, like, they got a problem with a motherfucker like me, but they love Charlie Kirk. Like, what the fuck? Charlie Kirk's a piece of shit. I don't get no fuck. I got a job, too. I don't get no fuck. Dox me. You better not pull up where I be at. Charlie Kirk running around saying stupid ass, racist ass shit, all type of dumb ass shit. And they call him a patriot and he was a piece of shit. He was a racist. He said if he see a black pilot, he wonder is he qualified. He a piece of shit, bro. Like, he the one said that a couple gun deaths is okay for the Second Amendment. He said that shit. Then when he get shot, we all supposed to cry. He was talking shit the minute the bullet hit his neck. He still talking shit. His stupid ass wife still out here being racist and trying to throw Super Bowl shows. They dumb as hell, and Bad Bunny Puerto Rican. They don't even know he American. They just racist. Like, just see, oh, he's brown. I'm just racist, bro. So fuck all of them.
Everyone, I got to tell you, Waj, it'll be very controversial. Everyone gets their turn at being the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't stand up for it, you didn't stand up for the black folks, if you don't stand...
Wait, why did he play that video? I don't know why he played that video. Just to get that controversial banter out there? Because he said something bad about Charlie Kirk, so he wanted to make sure he got that up there.
For the brown folks who are being treated as the N-words, or the sand N-words, as they call them, if you don't stand up for those folks, then you are eventually... No matter your color or gender, you're going to end up being the N-word in America, and they're going to yank your ass off the street.
You're the guest that you had on, who brought the receipts. He hit on the head. He used the R word, racism. And I said the two enduring sins of this country are white supremacy and capitalism, racism and greed. And he called it out. And I think the reason why people appreciated it, he didn't give an F. He said it straight. He brought the receipts, right? And I think it's racism. Racism, like, is the glue that connects everything.
What receipts did he bring? What is he talking about racism? Again, I say this about racism. The more you say it, the less sting it has. Let's go.
Because you look at it. You're like, you're unleashing the Gestapo. You're unleashing ICE against innocent people in Chicago. You brought the videos, innocent people in Portland, LA, DC, but you're perfectly fine protecting pedophiles like Ghislaine Maxwell. Stop playing a rigged game. You know, Don, before I let you go, I've been using this analogy. I used it on your show when it was on CNN. I said, this is the way MAGA operates. They're Lucy, and they have a rigged game. And they have the football, and they're going to lift the football. And all of America is like Charlie Brown, especially corporate media. Lucy, you promise not to lift the football this time? And Lucy looks at the camera and goes, he, no, I won't. And Charlie Brown runs, and what happens? She lifts the football, and he falls down on his ass again and again and again. And what I always said is, stop being like Charlie Brown. Stop playing their game. Stop entering their frame. It's rigged. You know, just tell them F you, F off. You know, I'm done with you. You're a racist. You celebrate racists. You don't like it? Hit dogs holler. Peace out. Organize the majority. The caravan moves forward. And I think that's the type of energy the rest of us need to bring. Don, thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thanks for sitting through that with me. I know it was hard. It was hard for me to listen to these two, Tweedledee and Twiddle Dumb. But it's very enlightening to watch them talk about what they talk about. So thanks for sitting here. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed the content, please like or comment or subscribe or not. I will see you on the next video.